Sports Podcast, episode 1. You know what I mean? We're going to discuss now. We're going to start off with the brackets, and we're going to go through our teams and who we think will take that series and how many games is in it too, bro. Like the X factors of that team. You feel me?
Right.
That's to see who will stand out, who will make the difference for that team in order to move on. So, you know what I mean? I'm my bro Red at. Where you at, bro?
No, I'm here. I'm just I was looking at the list of the brackets of the teams that we've been watching for the last couple of days now. But there's some good games that I've seen so far in the last couple of days.
Both of us could account for that. We did miss a few of them on Saturday.
Yeah, I did. Saturday. Yeah, I did.
I missed a few of them. And Sunday too. You feel daughter's birthday party, so I missed those.
Sunday, I didn't watch all of the Jazz and Thunder game, but I seen the other 3 games that was on that day as well. Then I saw the 2 games. Well, not the first game that was earlier today, but I did watch the Spurs and Warriors game.
Good game evening. Right there.
Yeah,
that was a good game right there until the fourth quarter hit. Yeah, different without Kawhi, huh?
It is. It
gave him a chance, but without Kawhi being there, you know what I mean? Well, it's tough.
Well, the thing also about it is that I've seen people that have been giving some type. I don't know why they're giving some type of hate towards Kawhi Leonard. I don't know why. Just because they're like, hey, he's got to step up for the team and come back and start playing, and he's just prolonging it. And maybe he's not injured. Maybe he's just like, they're trying to make him be exactly at 100%. You know, have him sit out and whatnot. And I'm just like, let the man rest for whatever, the injury that he has, and let him come back when, it's not like they're just going to throw him in there. Where's the chances of that he comes back and, I'm not trying to put no like bad juju on him or anything like that, but what if he gets injured coming back too soon, And
exactly. Speaking of, how long is his contract for? San Antonio?
I think it might be.
So that brother gone next year.
I think so. Yeah. Thinking of it. Yeah.
If so, that brother gone.
Yeah. Especially how the Spurs franchise is becoming now. Ever since what's his name? Why am I having a brain fart right now? Tim Duncan left.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Yeah. Since he, retired. And then you have Manu Ginobili, who at his age, at 40, tonight, when he going in that game with the Warriors, he looked like, Kyrie Irving. How Kyrie Irving's playing that one character, was it Uncle Drew? That's basically going to be Manu Ginobili. The way Manu Ginobili,
you're already Uncle Drew with the balls fall on top of the head, man. Come on.
Yeah. But the way Manu Ginobili is playing at 40, man, I wish I could move that quick like that at 40. I hope I can move that quick at 40.
That's good for him. He always played the same way too.
Yeah. He's had
since he first came in the league, what, 99? 99 when he first came in. He always played the same way. Just fundamentally sound and a clutch player.
Yeah.
Left-handed. Good defense too. You feel me?
He's got a good defense and he's got a good offensive game as well.
His age too, right?
Yeah. And just the way he played tonight, I was just all like, did this guy find a fountain of youth or something for the way he was playing? You can't tell by the way his, ball head's going, but just the way he played tonight.
Yeah, actual factuals. I enjoyed the game. I think they did good. You know what I mean? With exceptions of not having Kawhi.
Yeah.
But other than that, Rudy Gay finally stepped up.
Yeah.
And LaMarcus did what he had to do this game. Paul Gasol stepped up. Patty Mills was getting his touch back, and
Patty Mills was also a young guy. Patty Mills was a big highlight tonight, in my opinion.
Don't get it back. He'll get it back. And the young guys, they gotta just step up a little bit more. But other than that, it's gonna be a good series. Who you got this series real quick, brother?
All right, in this series, I'm going for the Warriors just because of how the Warriors have been playing. Warriors is a very good overall team, and that's not just me being like coming in as like a 2-year fan, being like, "Oh, you're just saying that about the Warriors because of Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and everybody else on there." It's like, no, I watched the game of basketball. I've been watching the game of basketball since I've been little. Okay,
Preach.
yeah, I've been watching game of basketball since the early '90s. I've the way that the way that this team, Golden State Warriors, is, they're a very good overall basketball team, and everybody has their strengths, and they all play to each other's strengths. And another player tonight, speaking of tonight's game, another player tonight that stepped up and did really good. And you think I'm talking about Thompson, you probably thinking I'm talking about Durant, you probably thinking I'm talking about Draymond Green or anybody else, but a key player that was tonight that stepped up and I was impressed with was JaVale McGee.
Oh, JaVale, he stepped up the game, the first game too.
Yeah,
the first game. Yeah. JaVale. I don't know, man. I kind of, he's I like his game personally. You feel me? Since he played with the Wizards, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kind of like a flanky, and control himself as far as his body movements move out the band, but good length, the defend the rim, and you know what I mean, go up for lobs and everything like that. He just got a person build a little bit more. He getting the shot in too, right? I be seeing them in them practice games, taking them Steph Curry shots. You feel me? Had this man take a couple 3-pointers. You did?
Yeah, and
dope.
And just his ball handling, his steals, and everything else that was tonight. And his highlights were mainly in the third quarter, and he helped out with that. If he didn't do what he did in the third quarter, I think that it would have been a much closer game in the fourth quarter, because the Warriors went up a little bit more further in the fourth quarter than the Spurs. It was a close game all the way up until the fourth quarter, like you said, and I think the whole overall team itself, I'm saying Warriors are going to take this series, and they'll go into the second round, and
okay.
They're a good overall team. Nothing against the Spurs. Spurs have been there. Spurs have been a good team, but they're, in my personal opinion, they've done good this season, especially with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
But the with Tim Duncan, retiring and everything, I think it kind of put a little dent into that franchise, in my opinion. Not saying that there's not like Tony Parker and Ginobili and everybody else that's on the team.
That's a food for thought right there. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, and I think just Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan had a really good game, very good game, and I think they're missing that in that position. I mean, you got other players that are in that position right now, but I think that was
only one Tim Duncan though, man.
Yeah,
that's the fundamentals, man.
Yeah, and so I think, in my personal opinion, like I said, I think Warriors will take this series. They'll move on. And
you think it is a sweep? You call it a sweep?
I'm thinking it could be a sweep, in my personal opinion. It's a very good team, and Steve Kerr, very good coach, very very good coach, and he's got a good team going on. No matter what you think about who the players are on that team, they all play basketball and they all play to each other's strengths, and they all can get the job done if it's not just one player. I mean, look at, I saw the other day the stats of the team itself compared to when Steph Curry's didn't play tonight. And so I looked at the stats of when they said, all right, let's look at the stats when Steph Curry is playing, and let's look at the stats with him not playing. And the stats are, lower with Steph Curry being out, and with Steph Curry playing, they're a little higher. But
yeah, I read that one too. Yeah.
But the way they played tonight was really good. Their game was really good tonight.
They personally, they don't need them this series. You feel me?
Yeah.
See, you going for the sweep on that. I agree with you. I'm going Golden State, but you know what I mean? I don't think it'll be a sweep. Like I don't think a Greg Popovich coach team will ever get swept. I believe they're losing 5 though.
Every
I think
time,
they'll get 1. Money in San Antonio.
every time Greg Popovich look like he's disappointed, I feel like I let him down because he's got that look and he's got that look every time. You can tell that he's disappointed as someone just watching on TV. Yeah, as a person watching on TV, I'm like, wow, I really feel bad. I feel like I disappointed him, just because that's the type of coach he is, you know. Like
his team did all they can do today, man, and still lost that game. You feel me?
and not saying that they you know they played bad or anything. They played really good. Spurs had a really good game tonight. The only thing is that they just got a little outplayed on certain
Golden State was better,
plays.
man.
Yeah. So
But I'm agree with you on that X factor too, with JaVale.
yeah.
Even I could even like throw a Sean Livingston in there. I don't know. I like his game. But I ain't gonna even be biased because he from the Chicago area. I ain't gonna be biased, but you feel I like his game personally too. But
sounds like
JaVale.
Sounds like you're being a little biased there.
Probably am. You feel me? I check this out, brother. Let's move on to. We're gonna stay out west real quick, or do you want to mix and match it? We do.
No.
Let's keep. Let's
go. Throw something. Throw in the next game out there. Just like surprise me.
This. All right. Since we both have Golden State going to the next round, they will either be going against Portland or the Pelicans. Who you got?
Portland.
You sure?
Portland. You went quiet on me there for a minute. I'm going Portland.
How many games?
7.
Okay. 7. Hey, I'm going with New Orleans. I'm not New Orleans. Yeah, I'm going with the Pelicans, man. I'm going with the Pelicans, man. You know, I ain't being biased or nothing, but you know, Anthony Davis, you know what I mean? He from the Chicago area and stuff. So
this sounds like you're being biased.
You feel me? The time he dropped that 35 and that what he have like 15 rebounds and about 5 blocks. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And Rondo's that too, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if Rondo wasn't there, I would have edged it kind of to Portland, being that they have they got a good team. CJ, Damian.
I always been a low key fan of Damian Lillard.
He underrated as heck too, man.
Yeah.
He underrated as heck, man. You know what I mean? He need to get more credit for what he did with that franchise after. I
think the only time that people know who Damian Lillard is him playing that little baby in the commercials that they had last year. Oh, I forgot
that.
I forgot what the commercial was about, but he played the little baby, and I think that's the only time people knew who Damian Lillard is. But in my personal opinion, he's got a good game. I think he's one of the best players in the game right now. One of the best players in the game right now, but he gets zero recognition, in my opinion.
Especially for point guard wise, if you was to name the top 5 fan to put him in it,
right?
You feel me? Like it'll be the usual suspects. I don't think the casual fan to put him in it. I'll put him in my top 5. Like some people got it, some people won't make it in it. You feel me? But I'll definitely put Dame in there for sure. Yeah, Dame. Yeah, your team's not gonna get out of this round versus these Pelicans because Rondo is about to shut y'all down.
That's true because he's had that.
Milchick, you feel me?
Yeah,
got the Bulls players on there. Come on, man. Like he
did the interview that they're gonna keep the pressure on Portland Trailblazers. They're gonna keep
climb more up with defense. Drew Holiday, like it's just a dope team, and I think that'd be a dope matchup too, bro. Like that game right there, New Orleans versus Golden State. You feel me?
Yeah,
dope matchup too. But I think they'd be outmatched in so many different ways if they was to go against Golden State. You feel me? Just me looking at the matchup difficulties,
right?
As far as who's gonna hold who, and when Curry could sit out for the San Antonio series, point blank. He come back next series if he want to. You feel me? But he could sit out and rest up. And
But that defense though, the defense that Pelicans has, they were doing good against the offense, and you know the better team won out of that whole thing. And you know if I want Trailblazers to win, but you know if they can't be playing how they were playing in the first game. They got to
The
figure
first game was
something
kind
out.
of rough.
They got to make a plan. They got to watch tape of how they played in that first game, and they got to change something up. You know, if they want to stay in the series, I want it to go to 7. But if they play, in my honest opinion, I wanted to go to 7. But if they play the way that they did in that first game, honestly, if that's how they're going to keep playing, they might get they might get swept, which I don't want.
Well, yeah, I don't want that neither. I think Golden State wants that because he wants them to go 7 games. Golden State wants that team to go 7 games, either or New Orleans or Portland, to tie them boys out. You feel me? To get
Yeah.
them more rest too, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna call it. I don't know. That series could go 7 though.
It could,
It could
and I
go
wanted
7.
to, but like I
It could
said,
go
you know,
7.
like I said, if they keep playing the way that they're a better team than how they played on that first game, and in my personal opinion, if they play like that again, they're gonna get swept. If not
Yeah.
swept, they're at least gonna win one game out of that series.
Hey, one is good enough, brother, as long as they don't get swept. But
Yeah.
that'd be like a big disappointment right there, right?
Yeah, that would be a big disappointment.
Really, really high expectations for Portland through all these years. You feel me? Since LaMarcus left,
Yeah,
and they just kept building off that. And they got a dope backcourt too. It's probably like one of the best backcourts right there. You know what I mean?
I mean, it just be
McCollum and Lillard. You know what I mean?
it'd be just good to see Lillard, you know, going into like a second round. I mean, I would say that I would say that they could make it to the second round, but I say that they won't go past the second round if
Oh,
they
no,
make
no,
it to the second
no.
round. They
No,
won't.
they're not. Because they're gonna run into them juggernauts right there, man. They're gonna run
Yeah.
into Golden State. They play them next if they was to get past the Pelicans. And I
Right.
think that'll be a dope matchup, brother. The Pelicans and Golden State. If that were to happen, you know what I mean? But I think that'll be because I want to see how Rondo Steph or whoever he guards. You feel me?
Right. Right.
Being that, and you know, my man Mirachik, you know, former Bull. I just throw that in there. You know, he gonna be popping threes from everywhere. He gonna show Steph and them the range. You feel me? For big man. You feel me? Watch it. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be ugly, doggy.
I'm gonna get a button. So every time you're biased, I'm just gonna push the button, and it's just gonna make this random
Do
sound.
the button, dog. Do the button. See, that's what I'm saying, man. We need the little air horns and that thing. All right, check it out. You know what I mean? I was thinking. Oh, by the way, I'm moving to this OKC in Utah.
Right.
When we were shopping it up on that the last thingy, and I was kind of thinking that I know OKC up 1-0 in the series. I was thinking that Utah could probably steal it, but on NBA.com real quick, and I guess Donovan Mitchell has a a foot contusion?
Yeah, I saw that. They were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so that changed the whole game right there. And
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go for OKC. I don't want to go for him, but OKC definitely gonna take that series.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
They may sweep them. You know what I mean? Being if Donovan and a young team too, right? Like they definitely gonna be dope. And I hate to say that because Utah Jazz is one of my favorite teams of all time. They're the greatest teams of all time to me.
I think
Sports, because that's my first team I've watched. You know what I mean? So yeah, OKC in the sweep.
Yeah, I think that as well. And
no X factors in none of them. It's
no X factors. You know, OKC is just OKC. They've been the same team for the last few years now, especially with Westbrook. And you know, I got my own personal opinions about Westbrook. He's a good player.
I got my opinions about Westbrook too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Jazz, I agree with you. Jazz could be a better team. They should be a better team. I really feel like, and you know, they're just what was it, 20 years ago? 20 years ago, 20 years ago, they were a franchise team, And it's sad to see how far Jazz fell below and stuff like that. And it's good to see them in the last couple of years make it to the playoffs. But
Get back up there. Yep.
yeah,
Get back up to the because I think it started when Darren Williams left and
yeah,
Jerry Sloan retired. You feel me?
yeah,
Because the
yeah,
stuff they was going through. That's when it started, and that's when Darren Williams his NBA career damn near went downhill because of that. Because it was a dope team then. You feel me?
yeah.
And I followed Darren Williams just because he played with the Illini and with D Brown and them. So you know what I mean? Yeah, if you
Uh,
talking like, all right, one of my favorite players off that college team is playing one of my first watch when I was little. You feel me? This Utah team, I'm like, that'll be dope.
yeah.
But I mean, they got Utah. They'd be dope next year though. They got Rubio there. They got Gobert, and
I think they're just trying to get some type of thing going. Just
that they're
yeah,
gonna get somebody there.
yeah.
Somebody come down, man. And if not, then y'all gotta just play it like y'all gotta play it. And you feel me? They got stars there already. You
Right.
feel me? In their own mind, they got stars there already because they got some dope players that they just gotta
All right.
Wild West, man, because it's ugly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like we said, there's no juggernauts, there's no wild cards or anything between these two teams. OKC is gonna win the series, but like I said, OKC to me, OKC's always been the same team for the last few years, and there's just not nobody besides Westbrook, not really anything that's like pops out about OKC. It's like, oh, okay, OKC's back in there again. That's just my personal opinion about that.
He's so used to seeing them. You feel me? Even
Yeah,
with the addition of Melo and
I mean it's good.
Paul George.
It's good to see Melo being on the team, but when I watched that, I caught some of the game yesterday, and when I watch Melo, it's good to see him. I have nothing against Melo. I always thought he was a good player, in my opinion, despite a lot of personal things that's been going on personally in his life, which I don't think that should affect anything. Anybody, any NBA player with their outside personal life should affect how you look at him in the NBA as a player. That's my
Totally
personal opinion.
different business right there.
And I think Melo. I remember when he first came in, and I seen him, and just watching him yesterday play, like you could tell age is getting to him. He's getting slower. The way his reaction time is, but we'll see what OKC can do in the next round. Because we said it, we'll go in the next round. Yeah.
And with Melo, I'm gonna go back with Melo. He gonna go down as one of the greats in scoring wise. You feel me? But other than that, no all around game on. But he could score basketball, man. And
yeah.
like it seemed like last year, right when he was in New York, like he scoring. You feel me? It's like this year, it's not really that. Maybe because change of scenery, you really don't have to score as much.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it's like what I mean. They had the whole year. I thought they would have been clicked in and got something going with them. You feel me? Because stuff like you said, it's like age caught up to him. You feel me? And this and that. Maybe it's just the whole new system that he in. You feel me? But
I think it could be the age. It could be the whole new system. It could be just a whole new, like, just set of new players, younger players, faster players.
Yeah. He still got a post game though, brother. You put him in way. You put them in that post, it's over with.
Yeah.
They go score, they go fade on you, doggy. All right, bro. So we both got that. Okay, see, I got that for a sweep. You feel me? Being that I heard about Donovan. And okay. Houston and Minnesota, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I ain't gonna be biased.
No, damn right he's gonna be biased. There's a reason why there's a reason why you're gonna be biased, and I know the exact reason why you're gonna be biased.
I'm gonna be biased for what you think.
I'm just gonna say it out here. I'm just gonna say the alternative name for Minnesota, for them being the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, we got Jimmy G buckets. The G stands for gets.
Right. Keep going.
Casey King, you feel me? We got Derrick Rose on there, you feel
Yep.
me?
Yep.
We
Keep
got
going.
Thibodeau, you know what I mean? We got
Yep.
Taj Gibson, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
we could throw in Jamal Crawford too. He was there years ago. You feel me?
You know he biased.
Hey, with that being said, man, I ain't gonna even hold you to it, man. I seen that game.
I watched that game.
I'm
It
going.
was a good game.
Yeah, because I was kind of comfortable. I'm like, Minnesota gonna take this, man. Jimmy Butler, he could hold that. See, that's the thing. What's his name? Andrew Wiggins, man. Like, you know what I mean? He looking fluky, man. I'm going Rockets though, man. I'm gonna go Rockets.
I'm going Rockets. That game that the Rockets put up, I think was really good. And you say 6. I'll say 6 too. I'll agree with you with 6.
Seems reasonable.
And then it's just because of James Harden has improved a lot. His game has improved a lot, and especially when he used to be part of OKC back in the day, and they're like he was their 6th man, and then he got traded, and it just seems like over the years he's made Houston Rockets his team. Like he's established himself as a top player, and he's established the Houston Rockets, and it's good to see someone like Chris Paul go somewhere, and they gel so good with each other to where that's his second team man right there. Like that's his Scottie Pippen, that's his Shaquille O'Neal, that's his who am I thinking? That's his John Stockton right there. Hey,
that whole team is dope, brother. Like Capella, what's his name? Gordon, like
and they all play good with each other. They all play good with each other. It's not just like Harden passing to Chris Paul passing to Harden. No, they all have really good looks, and they all just pass to each other really well. And the way I don't know, they did good against the Timberwolves, but Timberwolves did have a really good game as well. But there was a couple times to where what's his name? Derrick Rose had some. I mean, I think there was a couple times he was trying to get a little too flashy, in my opinion, and he turned the ball over. I think like 3-4 times.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them.
Yeah,
That's Chicago for you, man. You know what I mean? We flashy players. We dope. I actually had a dope game to me. You feel me? Considering, man.
Yeah,
he had a dope game, and Jimmy had a dope game, being that he came off injury not too long ago. And once he get in his rhythm, man, let's say if it's a 2-point game,
right,
10 seconds left, get the ball to Jimmy Butler. I guarantee you he'll make that shot.
Yeah, that I think
we went to overtime and they're gonna take it, but they're gonna lose and I'm going with the Rockets. They're gonna lose in 6 games. I get Minnesota to take a couple of them games, maybe both at home. And
okay. So here's the real question: if Rockets make it to the second round, they'll either be going against OKC or Jazz, and we said OKC in that one. So would you say that the Rockets will go over OKC?
Yep.
I would think that too.
That'll be kind of easy, unless not easy though, because they do got Paul George number. Yeah, I haven't seen none that like none this year that stood out.
Yeah,
total domination against a good team from OKC. Yeah, they beat Golden State Raptor Band a couple times, but it is what it is. They play each other like four times a year.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So that'll happen. But ain't nothing for me. So I'll definitely take the Rockets on that one.
Yeah,
you feel me?
But yeah, Rockets. I agree with you. Rockets in 6 against the Timberwolves. If not, then I would kind of be leaning a little towards 7, kind of.
But hey, see y'all. I want everybody to wind this back. You know what I mean? I did say the Rockets though, but you feel me? Like it's just a what if. You know what I mean? Y'all know I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan too. You feel me? But if they happen to pull it off, man, they pull it off, man. That's gonna be one of the biggest upsets too. We get about the other big upset in the East if that actually happens with that Indiana team and that Cleveland team. But
man.
You know what I mean?
That game,
good, Minnesota could probably pull off the upset.
That game, man, that was.
What you want to talk about that?
I had Honestly, honestly, out of the last few days, my favorite game to watch overall was the Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks game. The second game that I saw that was my second favorite was, man, that Cavaliers and Pacers game. The way the Cavaliers or not the Cavaliers, the Pacers were playing against the Cavs. Like,
could they keep it up for 7 games though? You think?
I think they could. I really think they could. Like that. I was very impressed. I haven't seen that a surge like that in that Pacers team since Reggie Miller was playing. That's my honest opinion. And the way that they were just playing, oh man, like LeBron James was getting outplayed. And you know, I have a really big personal, problem about it. Yeah, I have a lot of personal opinions about of LeBron James himself. I'll throw it out there. He's a good player. He's a very good player. I'm not gonna give him no props because I'm not, someone who just started watching the NBA like a year ago or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Not throwing bandwagon hoppers.
Not throwing no diss out there or anything like that for people who just watched.
The low horn on. He just sent a shot at the James and the casual fans and got into it. You feel me?
But I want to throw like a big praise at him of how like a lot of people see him, but just oh, man, that game was something, especially the way Lance Stevenson was towards LeBron James, like just the way he was just handling him, even the shots that Lance Stevenson was getting in there as well, and dunks and all that. And,
yeah, I seen one of them dunks, bro, that he did. That was dope.
Yeah, and just the even the little antics that when they're just like waiting for the ball to be thrown back in, and just when they're just standing side by side, just like the whole thing with, I think he was blowing him a kiss or something like that in LeBron James' face and all that. And he had, I think he, in a way in that game, he got under the skin of LeBron James. But onto that, that whole team, as young as they are, they played really well. They played really good basketball. And it wasn't just one guy shining on their team. The whole team itself were playing with each other. They were all passing it. They were all shooting. They were all the whole team itself was really good. And they were outplaying the veteran team in the Cavaliers. And there was times where, this is me going to be biased right here. LeBron James, he gets a little ball hog, and he gets his flops in there, and he gets his complaints in there. And there was times where he got blocked and he's complaining about that he got hit on the wrist. There was times where he got the ball stolen, he got hit on the wrist. And even that time when I told you that he got hit, he was complaining he got hit on the wrist. He was pointing at the ref and holding up his wrist like he got hit. And then the ball went back down to the other side of the court, and he's on the other side of the court still pandering to the ref that he got hit on the wrist. It's like, come on, man. If they didn't call it on the other side of the court, why are you still complaining about it? And just play the game, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, that's why I be hating, like, just the too many player complaints to the ref. Don't get back on defense, especially if you that franchise player, right? Like, man, just go back down the court, play your defensive play, because they're gonna give you the call down the court again to make up for it. You know what I mean? Like regardless. Oh man, I don't know if people be peeping it, man.
Well, then there was a flop that was yeah.
No, I was about to say, before I do that, I got Cleveland in 6.
You have Cleveland at 6. Really?
Yeah, in 6 games, man. Because that's stuff LeBron said at the end of that game. He ain't worried about it, even though.
The thing about that was from yesterday. The thing about when he said that, I've been down 3 games to 1, I'll be fine. Everything should be fine. That's the way you're talking about.
I can't go against LeBron, man. I don't always have. I just can't do it. When he went against the Bulls and we had roles and stuff like that, I'm going for my Bulls, but I couldn't. After that, I'm like, nope, because I seen the pattern. Like it's like they pushing this man to make it there every year, and why go against them until somebody actually knock them off? You know what I mean? Like if
I'm going.
Indiana was to pull this off, man,
Yeah,
that'd be one of in the East. That'd be
you
the biggest upset. You
you're
feel me?
going
Besides Minnesota taking out the Rockets, you know what I mean? If that was
right.
to happen.
So you're going for Cavs in 6. I'm going for Pacers in 6.
Oh, you going for the Pacers in 6?
I'm going for
Okay.
Pacers.
Oh man, this is gonna be a goodie, man. We're gonna go back on these too, man, and update these here brackets and see what we did with it. You feel me? Oh, because I got Cleveland taking this next game, man. You
Well,
feel me?
well,
I got
you
them
know
taking the next game.
if they play, if LeBron James plays the same way as he did in game 1, you know, he took a lot of questionable shots that I think he shouldn't have took, and I think there was times where he was getting a little selfish, was trying to you know, do more shooting than passing and whatnot. Um, you know, the highlights of the Cavs players, you know, I have nothing against Kevin Love or J.R. Smith, and they stepped up, especially Kevin Love with his passing and the way he was rebounding, and especially with J.R. Smith, the way he was, you know, getting shots in, he was getting his 3-pointers in, and once he J.R. Smith, I'll admit, is a good player. Once you get him started, he can keep going. But I think, you know, if James needs to be an all around player, which, you know, he has trouble doing, and you know I'll get into that sometime down the road.
Yeah,
About, you know,
we
about
definitely talk about it.
about certain comparisons that they have with him.
Oh,
But anyways,
we gonna definitely have that conversation.
yeah. But other than that, I think if Pacers is a young team, and if they play the way that they did on game 1, I think that they can. I honestly think that in Cleveland again, they will take game 2 in Cleveland.
Yeah, if they play like they did in game 1, yeah, they could possibly take that game too, but I don't think they're gonna play like that again. I think they're gonna Cleveland is a they gonna crack down on their mishaps as far as defensive assignments, take better shots.
Right.
And man, you know what I mean? LeBron just needs to take over. He had a triple double that first game though, but hey, let me rewind again. Matter of fact, because you were talking about the refs and stuff. You know what I hate? What I really hate when I watch these games? Sometimes you feel me is when we talked about this a few times when they go into the hole. You feel me? But it's like the refs won't blow that whistle until they see that ball go in. Right. Or it don't go in, or to somebody look at them, to that player look at them. Then they like, man, like if it's initial contact, if the man tapped the man right there, then you blow that whistle. Then don't wait to see if the ball go in or if it goes out, and wait for that player to complain for you to blow that whistle. I want people to start peeping that if they don't be peeping it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Either leave your whistle alone. Blow it off the first of the contact, a good hit. You know what I mean? I don't like all that, just a bump. You feel me? If the man got hacked, you feel me? You could blow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming with that one, and I think that you know, honestly, my opinion is let them play. Just let the players play. Just calm down with the whistleblowing. I mean, they're gonna blow whistles no matter what, and you know, especially when there's more flopping in games now. I mean, there was or complaints about what LeBron James does. You know, he gets stuffed or he gets stolen. You know, he's gonna do some type of complaint. You know, and a lot more players are starting to do that now, and you know, I think yeah, and you know, my own personal opinion is that, you know, look at the 89 Pistons. If you had that team going against some of these players nowadays of how they act and all that, you know, a lot of players would stop acting that way. If you had
got injured,
yeah,
you feel me? That don't get injured allegedly. I'm not sneak this nobody. You know who I'm talking about, Red. We talking about the man right now. You feel me?
But yeah. But anyways, enough of that. I think you know, like I said, I'm going for Pacers in 6.
Okay,
on that one.
Okay, I got Cleveland in 6. Next, out of them two right there, they either see Toronto or Washington.
I say,
I don't know.
I say Raptors. I say rap.
Uh,
I think the way that these two teams could be playing and all that, if they both step up, I would say because Raptors got game one already.
yeah, they got no
And
bench too. I'm just waiting on Van Pelt to get back.
yeah, and if Wizards can step up, I think if these guys can, if either team is hungry enough, I could see this going all seven, all the way to seven.
Because my initial pick, I was going Washington in 6, but being that I'm in Canada and try to crucify me if I do that, you know what I mean? I should be biased towards a squad, but no, I have Washington 6. I don't know, man. I'm like on the edge of it. You feel me? Because who knows what Kyle Lowry you gonna get? He ain't do that good first game allegedly.
Right,
I only
right,
watched that second half, right?
right.
And you feel me?
I see. Yeah, I
It takes too many
say.
shots, right? And
Yeah,
it's
I
like him and
see.
Bradley they don't much too well. Like I mentioned earlier, like Washington did good when Ball was out because the ball was going around, but out of back, you feel me? They got to that's their superstar per se. You feel me? If they get knocked out by Toronto, man, they either one of them got to go next year. You feel me?
But and plus, Toronto Raptors are playing with the power of Drake on the sidelines. Let's be real.
Oh, his Scorpion album coming out. Because I seen it on Twitter, B. It's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, man, but folks is
Like,
wilding for it, man.
he's
Yeah,
like,
shout
hey,
out, shout out Drake and Scorpion album coming up. You feel me? I
he's
just,
like,
I just like the
if you,
name
if
of
you,
I'm a Scorpio.
he's like, I know you guys got sponsorships now on your jerseys. You know, if you guys make it a second round, you could put my album also on your jersey.
Facts. Hey, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going with Toronto, bro.
I really don't have really so much to say about that game, like that series.
Me neither. Because like I was saying, man, Toronto is the older cousins of Washington. You feel me?
Right.
Like they the older cousins of. They both play similar styles, and they could never get over that. Or Miami, wherever the hell LeBron play, you feel me?
Yeah.
They run into him, they can never get over that hump. You feel me? But off me saying that, I'd rather Toronto if Cleveland was to win it on my side. I know you said Indy, but you know what I mean. But on the other side, too, if Indiana do take out Cleveland, Toronto, and Indiana, that'll be a good matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all. That's all I gotta say about
Young
that.
Bucks too, right?
Yeah.
Matchup. Oh, should we move to this? Hey, the other game. I haven't watched. I didn't watch that Cleveland Indiana game. I just watched the highlights. Second half of the Toronto and the Washington. I missed the Boston and Milwaukee because the time I was about to go watch the rest of it, it was already over with.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk about that one. The Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks one,
Okay.
which was a very good game. Both teams are overall very, very good, and you know, man, that one was my out of the last couple of days. That was my favorite game to watch. Honestly,
I heard that was a fair. I watched off the highlights, man. Because it went to overtime, huh?
it went to overtime.
Shot the buzzer beater thing.
Yeah, that overtime shot. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, man, that God, that was, I don't know, just that whole game was, and you know what I had to say about Boston is honestly, you know, my number one team is always going to be Chicago Bulls, because that's always been my team ever since I've been little, and that's my go-to team all the time. But honestly, my second team is Boston Celtics, and you know they you know I remember watching them in 2008 when they won with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Rondo and everybody else that was on that team. And you know, it's good that, you know, let's talk about Kyrie Irving for a minute.
Okay.
Was with the Cavaliers. He was with the Cavaliers when Mr. James came back from Miami. Decided he wanted to come back. And then
he's seen the development in that young buck over there. Like, oh, let me go over there and get one with him. Yep.
yeah, and then tensions started happening. We all know about that. And this is not like a personal problem type outside the NBA type thing. This was in the NBA type of problem. This was on the court problem, and there was tension rising. Kyrie Irving says, "Hey, I'm gonna leave." Went to Boston. Well, he didn't just go to Boston. He got traded and whatnot, and
Right
he
into
went to
retire
Boston.
first. Yeah.
And then he developed himself a lot better. You know what? Honestly, let me be honest. Okay, that last finals that they had with Kyrie Irving in Cleveland, that whole series when they were going against the Warriors and everything. Honestly, Kyrie Irving in the finals, out of all those games, he played a lot better. I think 2 times better than LeBron James in that whole series in the finals. Kyrie Irving outplayed LeBron James. If you look at the stats and everything just for that series, honestly, and he didn't get no recognition a lot. It was mainly
I agree with.
yeah, and he didn't get no recognition a lot. A lot of people were just still looking at LeBron James, and that's the frustration. He decided to go get out of that shadow, and you know what he did? He went over to Boston. He went over to Boston, and he developed himself over there as the good player that he is. I think he's one of the top players. I think he's still better than LeBron James, honestly. And it's too bad that he got injured and will be out for the rest of the season, even the rest of the postseason. And it's too bad to see all that hard work and how they help that whole Boston team to develop and win as many games as they did, and then come into the playoffs and play so good. I mean, they still play so good, but it's too bad to see Kyrie Irving with all that hard work be injured and on the sidelines while the team's in the playoffs.
He gonna come back stronger next year. Him and Gordon Hayward. You
Yeah.
feel me? I guarantee you that they'll be the favorites in the East End. You feel me? Because nobody would have thought they would have got a game in on Milwaukee. Like a lot of people wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought that. You know what I mean? Because that's actually my pick right there is Boston. Milwaukee has they got Giannis, they got Bledsoe, they got Middleton. They really have nothing other than that. You feel me? Bledsoe is wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Boston reminds me actually of like right now they remind me of or something like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like even the Minnesota, like Indiana. You know what I mean? Like right now, ain't no stars on that team per se, except for the names you hear. Well, other than that, they get it done as a team. You feel me? They got all young players on there, right?
But
and they getting it popping.
Yeah, but players on the Boston team like Tatum and Rozier, they stepped up and they played really good. Especially Rozier, he had a really good game in that first game, and there was the 2 buzzer beaters. There was
I missed them. There
was the 2 buzzer beaters that happened in that game. And honestly, when I saw the Boston's buzzer beater, they made the 3-pointer and they had the time at 0.5 seconds. And then the Bucks came in and they did their buzzer beater right before got the ball out right before the 0.5 second was up.
The Bucks buzzer beater.
Yeah, and then here, like, honestly, when that happened, I jumped out of my seat and I was just like yelling, and I was just like, "Holy!" It's just like, this is a game. You could tell these 2 games are
both of them fighting.
Yeah,
both of them fighting.
And
I honestly don't care who wins between these 2 teams. You know what I mean? But if I had to take my pick, that'd be Boston, because I like both the teams. Honestly, you feel me? They in the playoffs. They made it. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on, Red. Who hit the buzzer beater for Milwaukee?
Let's see who was the buzzer beater. Trying to remember who was.
Middleton or something, huh?
I think it was. I think it was Middleton. I think it was.
Okay. I kind of figured. That's crazy, man. I ain't checked them highlights.
I can remember. But it just the whole thing. It was just like that game was something. But then they went into overtime and Boston pulled it out at the end and they won. you know, they were the better team that day.
Mhm. Who you got
But
for this series? You got Boston?
I got Boston for this one.
How many games?
I would say Boston in 5.
2. We.
I would honestly say
Uh,
5.
Put you on that one, brother. 5 games. Walker, I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about Giannis as far as the key player to stand. And Middleton too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, him a
I mean,
lot. Watching him for a few years.
Giannis is a good player overall, but you know, it's just it was just the factor of he got outplayed. You know, the better
Rozier ended
man.
up stepping up, and the young Bucks, the
Rozier,
Tatum's, and
Tatum and Rozier both they stepped
Jaylen
up.
Brown's. Like, oh, is Marcus Smart? Is he hurt?
I'm not sure if he's hurt.
That game, that first game, they definitely need him. If
Yeah.
I think towards like the end of the season, I believe he was hurt at one point. I wasn't sure if he was back from that injury or not. They're gonna be a bad team next year, bro.
Yeah.
This Boston team gonna be ugly, man. I can't
Especially
wait till Gordon Hayward get back for sure. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, if this season would be a lot better if, or not a lot better, a lot different if Hayward was playing as well, and that was just too bad about Hayward at the beginning of the season, and you know it's not something that you want to see any type of player. I mean, I would say that I wouldn't want to wish that on LeBron James either.
Look at him go. He's just bringing it. Look y'all here bringing up LeBron like that. You know it ain't gonna happen to LeBron, man. He don't get injured, man. He played all 80. He played all 82 games. You know why?
Yeah, we know why. We know why. You know why. But you know that like I said, you know that type of injury that Gordon Hayward got, that's the type of injury that you don't want any type of player get, and that was just too unfortunate for him. And you know, with Kyrie Irving having to get surgery on his knee and everything, and like I said, you know, it's the way Kyrie Irving's been playing, you know, how he's the good player overall. You know, it's just too bad not seeing him play in the playoffs with all that hard work that he did all the season, you know. But other than that,
I'm just glad we got to see him play some of them games with Boston, man. Just see how dope they all clicked. You feel me? And he seemed happier too. You know what I mean?
Oh, and he seemed he seemed happier. He seemed like he was refreshed. Like seemed like he just didn't have to, you know, handle all that problems that he was having at Cleveland. And a lot of people would be like, you know, the people that have only been watching for like, you know, 2-3 years, you know, they're not gonna say nothing about that. But still, you know, if you pay attention, you know, you know that there was tension there, and you know that there was problems there, and it was out there in the open. And I was happy for him to leave, and I was happy for him to be a lot more like you said. He looked like he was a lot more happier on that Celtics team.
Congrats to Coach Brad Steve. He did a good job with his team since he got there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Office up there too. You feel me? All right, let's move to this last series right here, right? Because I think this one you talking about with these young Bucks on this team, right? Philly and Miami. Right. But the old head did good today. My man Dwayne Wade. I should be biased because he's from Chicago. You feel me? He played them Bulls.
Here we go. Here we go again over here. With him being biased over here. You know what? He's just gonna be biased.
Man, you know what I mean? I got Philly winning this series though. I got Philly winning it because Embiid will be back eventually. Honestly, you feel me?
This is one I want to see Sixers win. I really do. I at one point I was a Sixers fan, but that was only when Iverson was playing, and you know they went into the finals that one time, but you know unfortunately they lost to the Lakers, and that was a little heartbreaking at that time.
It was heartbreaking for me too, brother.
but you know ever since like Iverson, you know, left, been getting traded, you know, at that time, and you know it's I kind of want to see the Sixers, you know, be in the playoffs. Just keep going, you know. Maybe they won't get past the second round. I want to see them go into the second round, but you know, if you have the X factor of Dwayne Wade coming off the bench, getting his career all-time high off the bench. You
Mhm.
know, I think that
Age 36.
yeah, 36, 30
Uh,
points off the bench. Like, you know, it's like who are you? You know, but yeah,
yeah.
I think 76ers can do it, but I think that honestly, if the Heat played the way that they were, especially with Dwayne Wade coming off the bench like that, I mean, like Dwayne Wade, you get him started, you know, like he's like anybody else. You get him started, he'll just keep going with it. And
Mhm. And the experience fact on his side too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
All the experience Philly got the youth, but they got experience and they got all star on that Gordon guy. You feel me? They got all stars on a Miami team. You feel me? And
I think I honestly I think you know that Dwayne Wade, even though he started out with Chicago Bulls, you know, and you know he went back, you know, this season to Chicago, then he came back. Well, not but you know what I'm talking about. Not and
Miami,
then he went to
oh my,
Cleveland and all that. I think he belongs in Miami. He established himself in
nah,
Miami,
no, he
and he
belongs
belongs
to
there.
Chicago. You feel me? Now just playing. So you got Miami taking this series?
If they played the way that they did tonight, I think that this game could go. I think this game could go 7. The series could go 7, and I think Miami could.
Oh
I
man.
think I think this might be one of those nail biters at the end
Mm.
of it. But I would like to see 76ers go over the Heat to go in the next round.
I got Philly in 6. A possible 5.
Possible
I don't-
5.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's the extent of Joel Embiid. I'm thinking that he probably show up next game. And once he get there, they got that low post presence, and he gonna torture Whiteside. You feel me?
Right.
And that's more firepower for them right there. Uh, and being that I got Boston on my little prediction thing, I think that'll be a dope matchup between two young teams right there, Philly and Boston. You feel me? I think it's just
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
it
that. I can
needs to
see that.
happen
Yeah, yeah.
if they
I
get
can see.
past Milwaukee as far as Boston goes. But
All right, so we went through the teams that are going on now. I would say, all right, let's go back to the beginning real fast. In the West, going into the second round, I would say that it would be in my personal opinion, I would like to see Portland going against Golden State,
say,
but they're not gonna go. No one. I don't think whoever wins out of the Pelicans and Blazers, I don't think they'll go past Golden State at all. I think Golden State will go all the way again.
I agree.
Uh,
I agree.
yeah. Also, and on the second round, also on the West side, I would say Rockets and OKC. I would say Rockets will go over OKC. I would I would say that the Western Conference Finals would be the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors.
Everybody was put, and guess who? I got Golden State winning that series, man.
Yeah, I got Golden State going to the finals.
I got them winning that one, man. Like people, Houston, they're gonna bring up the MVP thing and this and that. I'm like, nope, like they've been there before, Golden State, and they defending their title. You feel me? And
Right.
they going.
They're in the overall. They've been there. They know what they're doing, especially with Steve Kerr being the coach that he is, and how all the players all play with each other. You know, the way the passes, you know, the just rebounding, the shots, especially when you had Draymond Green being like the Dennis Rodman of this era with his
Facts.
taunting.
Facts.
But that's what I think. I think Golden State will go all the way to the finals, but I think in the Western Conference Finals, I think it'll be Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors.
I agree with that one right there. Uh huh.
Then if I had to go on the East side, um,
Uh,
I would say it would be in the second round. I would say it would be Toronto Raptors, and I want to say the Pacers. I really do. I really do want to say the Pacers because just the way if Stevenson plays the same way that he was with LeBron James, I I think that the outcome will be like that. LeBron James is the type that he can get frustrated. He could. He can get frustrated easy. And I think Stevenson's doing a very good job at doing that. He did that. He did that yesterday on that game as well. So I would say
He do it
Pacers.
to him every year, man. That's why they brought Les back. You feel me? Like, oh, that's his home right there, Indiana. You
Yeah.
feel me?
So I would say Raptors and Pacers, and then out of that game, I would say Pacers would go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
that.
And then, so I got the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. So then I would say between the 76ers and Heat, I would say 76ers, honestly. I would say 76ers against Boston.
It's okay. Okay. Sixers and Boston. But who between Philly and Boston, you think?
I would say Boston.
Boston? Okay. So
I would say in the Eastern Conference Finals, it would be Boston Celtics against the Indiana Pacers. Eastern Conference Finals. I would say in the finals itself, I would say it would be the Warriors and Boston Celtics.
that'd be a dope one, huh?
I would think that. I would say that.
Too. See, I agree with you on the West part, but you got me messed up in the East, brother. Out of that right there, you just say it. It's gonna be a Golden State and Cleveland finals again, man. You feel me? Like that's what I can't go against LeBron no more, cuz I did it with Tom Brady, except for this year, and he disappointed me in the Super Bowl this year.
Don't get me started about Tom Brady.
You feel me? So every time I go against LeBron, I'm like, he ain't gonna make it out the East this year. They do it. You feel me? So I'm gonna play it safe, man. You feel me? But happen. You feel me? I think Boston will take out anybody though, man. Like truthfully, man.
Boston is a very good overall team.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking they got what's his name, Al Horford, but Indiana they surprising me though, man. It's crazy. But I don't think but Indiana they facing that team. You know what I mean? So I can't right now. You feel me? And
all right,
they suck right now, quote unquote. You
right.
feel me? But
so wait, so who
in the game on there?
Who do you see going to the Eastern Conference Finals? Your personal opinion.
Oh man, out of the East.
Yeah, Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, Cleveland and Boston.
You think Boston will go out of that, or do you think Cleveland will be going to the finals?
Cleveland gonna take that one because Boston don't have Kyrie. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If Kyrie was there, it would have been a different story. You feel me?
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you got on the West. Who do you got? You agree with me on the West side?
Yeah, I agree with you on the West with the Rockets and Golden State.
Who do you have winning the whole thing?
Golden State.
I agree with you.
Golden State for sure.
I agree with you on that one.
For sure. I can't knock it. Golden State for sure on that one. Yeah, that's it's just for the first round right here too, right? But
this was the first one. We're still in the
on it, but we go back and correct the stuff and see exactly.
This is our prediction so far.
Yeah,
because we're only talking. We're only reviewing about the first round games, but we're predicting our second round picks and whatnot, and I think we'll, like you said, we'll come back to it. I mean, we're still gonna discuss the games.
Yeah,
we're still gonna discuss the games here in another couple days about what we've seen about have some games pass by, see how they were doing, and our opinions could change through the whole thing. But as far as how I feel about it, I still stand by how the teams are right now, how I look at them.
Hey, y'all, check it out. Whatever team that has any Bulls players on it, you feel me? I'm biased, so
This guy
you
over
feel
here
me?
being all
If they
biased
got
over
a
here,
lot
man.
of Bulls players on that team, man,
No,
like
he
Minnesota,
biased
they
over
could
here.
probably pull it off. You feel me? No, I'm just playing.
need to-
I hear
need-
you in the background whispering.
I need some type of counter going on here. Every time we talk about the Bulls, past Bull players or anything, I need a counter. I need the thing that pops up with a counter that's has 1, 2, 3, 4.
Feel me?
By the end of this, like by the end of what we're talking about now, I'm pretty sure that you brought up Bulls players. It's got to be like almost 100 now.
But they damn near on every team. You know what I mean? They all on Minnesota damn near. You feel me? I'm like, I kind of don't want to, you know what I mean? I hope they pull that upset right there out of the West, though. Like, truth be told, I hope they pull that upset out and beat the Rockets.
I don't know. Rockets have been playing a very good game, and I think that Rockets will go over them the first round, go to the second round.
Yep, put it in another gear, man. Come on, MVP Rose, you play like you play, man. You feel me? Come on, Jeff T, drop some buckets. Play like you did with Atlanta, doggy. You feel me? They need to get the ball more in the post, huh? But I guess Capella is kind of like defense on him, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all get Karl Anthony Towns the ball in that post and at least try to get Andrew Wiggins going somehow. He probably got to start on defense because he's been struggling, man, for a month. You feel me?
Right.
Struggling. So definitely an X factor for that team right there. You feel me? He definitely the X factor right there. He got to step his game up, man, in order for them to upset. You feel me?
Yeah. But I think overall, I think Rockets will make it, and that was a pretty good game in my opinion.
Hope to my Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Dang, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. You made my hope go down the drain now, you dig? Now I'm having doubts again about that. I'm just looking at that paper right now. You feel me?
Hey, you're gonna have to get that whole Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" thing going on over here because
for sure.
I don't think the Timberwolves are gonna. Honestly, I don't think they will.
Yeah. No. Well, you never know though. That's my upset though. That's my upset pick. I picked the Rockets though to beat them, but if it's an upset that happened in the West, that will be one. In the East, Cleveland losing, that'll be another one.
Oh, that I want to see.
That's my upset was right there.
I'm not being biased about that either. But I'd like to see Cleveland.
Shit, don't we all? You feel me? But it happens, right? Don't we all? That's like saying you don't want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They gonna make it there. You know what I mean?
Let's not talk about that. I got my own personal opinions about the Patriots and Tom Brady. Let's not talk about the Super Bowl the year before.
We'll get to that on another day. You feel me?
Let's not. Okay. It still hurts. Over a year now, it still hurts.
You feel me? I'm lucky I didn't put no bets on it, and they didn't wind up losing, and people rubbed it in my face.
Oh man,
in my face because he called it. I'm like, goodness gracious, man. It'll work it.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the playoffs so far.
That's our bracket prediction for this first round, at least. Or the first couple of games, you know what I mean? And we'll definitely get in with some more games this coming week. Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll have another one Wednesday, and then what's the lineup for the week? We'll talk about the playoffs games some more, like you said, Wednesday. Then we'll probably won't have another one till Saturday because we're gonna be watching that. Yeah, we're gonna Saturday we're gonna be watching that what do you call it, Vargas Broner fight.
Definitely gonna watch that, and we definitely gonna do one on that one too. You know what I mean? So, hold on, let me check out. See, on Wednesday we have Cleveland Indiana game, Utah OKC, and Minnesota Houston. So that'll be perfect. So we could podcast right after the Houston game.
It'd be good.
I hope everybody enjoyed this right here, yo. This is my first time doing a podcast, right? I was kind of nervous at first, but I think I'm good now. You dig?
Hey,
We
as
did it,
much
Not a
as
Red podcast.
as much as you and I talk about sports all the time, we might as well just let our opinions about a lot of things go on the air. You know.
Might as well, man. You know what I mean? And they either love it or they hate it or agree with it or want to debate it. You feel me?
Oh, we're gonna before we end this one, future ones we're gonna have big debates about certain things, and there's people gonna have their own personal opinions about the whole thing. But we're gonna put our personal opinions out there, and we're gonna talk about certain stuff that's also going on in the NBA that a lot of shows don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and then a lot of them is facts too. So you know what I mean? That's the thing right there. Let the truth out. Be unfiltered with it. You know what I mean? Facts.
But yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, that's all. I guess that's probably what the end of that one.
We can wrap it up right now. You know what I mean? We can wish everybody a good night. And you know what I mean? What time is it now? Yep, I gotta set the alarm clock. I gotta get the kids up in the morning. You know what I mean? And we definitely about to do this again, baby. This is a good one right here. So you feel me? This is Not in the Red Podcast, Sports Podcast, episode 1. Not biased.